Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the TechGuy podcast, episode number 34. And as obvious, the title says we are going to talk about Sora 2 basically. And yeah, as the title says, and there are a lot of stuff to deep dive in. And the thing is, we haven't got anything when it comes to like we are talking about AI generation, image generation for past 2 weeks about how bad it is, what are problems with it, and a lot of other technical stuff too. And we are also talked about a lot of other AI uh, tech that is coming on. And the thing with Sora, and we have already covered Sora, we will talk about it too. But uh, in this episode, what you will get is some kind of you will go from basic to deep dive, and also uh, a lot of questions we are going to get discussed. A lot of topics are there within Sora 2, like whole video generation model and why companies are doing in this way and why they are promoting it in this way. A lot of factors are in. And apart from Sora 2, we are going to talk about the another thing that is related to AI, which is again jobs. And yeah, we will talk about in the age, which is again a kind of a complex topic to discuss in a sense, because even a lot of people don't know about it, what's the future of it holds, about those topics. Because when we talk about those kind of topics where the future of it seems unknown because how fast technology is moving, it is hard to comprehend and predict things, but we are going to talk about it. Okay, so let's just get into the episode of the Tech podcast, episode number 34. Here we go. So let's talk about Sora 2 model that launched last week, and a lot of things to talk about it. Okay, and besides going obvious one, like the whole doomsday of the internet is coming, and the dead internet theory here and there. Before going that route, let's clear up some basics, and let's clear up some topics that I think a lot of people are not even considering it, like specifically when it comes to getting people eyeball. People talk about extreme things, and obviously we are gonna about we are it's like it's not that I'm downplaying those things, but there are a lot of things and layers when it comes to any kind of technology, and we are going to talk about that. So before going in, before talking about those things, let's talk about some basic stuff. Okay, this is Sora 2. The Sora 1 was launched last year in the month of January, and they did not announce Sora 1 publicly for like 6 to 8 or even a year, because obviously the real threat of that model was people were gonna use it in a lot of I will say not in a good way. And the thing was, last year is totally different than what is happening this year. The reason is because this year a lot of, like, how OpenAI has gotten a lot of $1 trillion investments. Like OpenAI even expressed last year how it wanted, Sam Altman wanted $1 trillion investments, and when he I remember the news article of wanting $1 trillion investment from Arab countries basically when he goes there, but Middle Eastern. But now he has gotten a lot of investments, like a lot of collaborations have been done this year, from government administration collaboration with OpenAI, and through, I will say, OpenAI, and even uh, okay, I forgot that company's name. How can I forget? But Microsoft, OpenAI, like whole companies have joined, and it's a $500 billion investment. I think I remember. Yeah. So we talked about that. We even discussed about it in this year when it happened after Trump administration came into power in US, and OpenAI got a lot of deals, and yeah, and after that the Sora model was announced publicly to a lot of people, and again a lot of like just like a lot of people made even videos about how technically good it is. And we also always that Will Smith video, we give it as a reference how bad it was and how good it is right now. But apart from that, I will say apart from Sora 1, Now the Sora 2 has announced this year, and like I said, you know how uh, even this still to this day, I think I remember when Sora 1 was launched, there was a lot of skepticism when it was going to release, and they did not even release it publicly. And now it is become easier and easier, like to let people adopt or let people force into using it. Sometimes that is what they are doing it right now, I feel like, because a lot of people, when Sora 2 was launched last week, even though it was launched in a small scale, not small scale, but it was publicly launched in US and Canada right now, and only invite based, but you can basically invite your friends and just let them on the app. It is still not available in all other countries too, which will not make, I will say, any kind of a difference than what is happening in US right now. Just it is all over the internet, the AI stuff. We will talk about it later. And also it is all it is that just imagine the situation what is happening right now, just 10x or 100x, what is happening good or what is happening bad, both in both way, it double down or triple down. And you will see what will happen when Sora 2 will announce publicly all over the world. But compared to the first model of Sora, when I see videos from Sora 1, if you remember, there were a couple of videos that they demoed when the Sora 1 was launched. The one video where the lady is going through Tokyo in a rain, which at first glance, all videos when Sora 1 was launched and videos of Sora 1's AI generated videos were launched, all videos seems really real at first, at the first glance of when we're watching. But after a couple of seconds, you can definitely see that videos are AI generated or something is off about those videos. Just like when you see a horrible CGI, what they're trying to pull off, and you see that is not working. That was how Sora 1 was basically. And yeah, now comparing same things to Sora 2, which is again a leap of, I will say, a drastic leap that they have definitely upgraded. We have, let's see, I think I will use that term, upgraded, I will say, in terms of physical movements. And now it is quite impossible, I will say, to judge a video is AI or not, because it is insanely well done in terms of human body movements. I will say even to the point where physical movements, even hard movements like jumping, even and like generating your hand movements like this. If you remember, Sora 1 was completely off when it comes to hand and how it is generating, how hand fingers basically. And you could have spotted the difference between what is AI and what is not. And now with this Sora 2 model, which is insanely good in terms of, like I said, physicality, you can just go and watch, it is available on OpenAI's video on their own YouTube official channel, um, how good it is in terms of physical interaction of humans. At least I will say, it does so real that there is no way, if the prompt is right, I will say, there is no way that you can tell the video is AI generated or not. And that is the stage we are right now. Like, we can't recognize on the internet what is AI or not real, what is AI or not, what is real on the internet right now, which is again, like I said, always a scary stuff to happen. And we are talking about it, why it is scary and why it is going to have a lot of insane backfiring to the people, only people who are using it, not to those companies, at least for a long period of time, I will say. So compared to, like I said, physicality is better, and the better or the first new thing that is Sora 2 is introducing is the sound. Basically, the Sora 1 model cannot create sound, or did like sound, not just sound effects but also the human, let's say when two humans are talking in it, there was no audio in it, so it was just kind of an B-roll, kind of an, I will say, video generation model that you can see. And now with this new model of Sora, uh, even to the point, human conversations can be even generated, like the sound, which is really good. Even animal sounds, like all living sound, and up to date like SFX sound, sound that is basically sound VFX, that is what I will say, can be Sora 2 can generate that too, which is again lot of insanely good videos I'm seeing on YouTube. Like AI slop is everywhere on the internet, like uh and it is hard to recognize with that watermark too. We will talk about that watermark, which is insanely how, I don't know why it is so transparent, and why OpenAI like it looked like OpenAI wanted to get rid of, slowly, that Sora, it is generated by Sora 2, which is not going to happen. Okay, OpenAI, uh, in your dreams. But that the Sora 2 video generated videos, the watermark system is so bad, you know that like they have addressed it. We will talk about those other stuff in the next episode that is coming tomorrow. But um so that is, I will say, how different and how good it is Sora model 2, compared to the first model, which is again impressive compared to the first model where it was. uh, Comparing, like in a vacuum, definitely, but comparing it to another model videos I have seen, uh, comparing to those models, it is same level. Like Veo 3 does the same thing what Sora 2 does, basically. And now Gork has announced something too, which we will talk about in the next episode. But like this year, OpenAI is a bit of a late, but yeah, let's talk about the actual use of those models. What I mean by actual use of those models, like I know a lot of people will be talking about how and why we don't need this model, and we will talk about that too. But like with every technology, especially when it comes to AI, it is definitely going to be revolutionized when it comes to a lot of things in science. And like how Sam is talking about AGI for a while, which is going to take a lot of time to get to those moments, and it is not going to be a sudden moment. Like I said, like how GPT movements are there, GPT-1, GPT-2, it is kind of an like this, the AGI is not going to be like a eureka moment, like we found that element in that nature, or wow, we found a gold mine. That is not how it works, you know. It works slowly, daily research, they are doing it, modeling, architecture, a lot of, you can see how NVIDIA is working with OpenAI, and OpenAI is using NVIDIA's GPUs on so many big levels, how many big infrastructure they are getting built to just what the future requirements for these models are going to be, which is huge, so huge, that it is draining power from the that it is draining so much power. Like people are talking about it. Bloomberg made a really good uh, document, like 20-minute video on it. I will link down if I find that video again. If it is not, it is available on the Bloomberg channel. But yeah, we are not going to deep dive in that. But what is the actual use of Sora 2 or this AI image generation model? Look, so on basic level, AI image generation or even AI video generation is kind of in those models which imagine certain situations, like how those models work, what is the actual actionable movements there happening. Basically, you prompt something you want. Let's say I prompt something like, okay, I want a character, a person that is a male person that is running, which is a 6 foot tall, running from uh building to another building and jumping like a parkour. And if I can add, depending upon what are my prompts, so I add my prompts, and AI, those models understand what I want, and definitely what they will try to do is look up to the videos they have been failed, basically feed to them to train those models and generate those scenarios, think about those scenarios, generate those scenarios, and give it to you depending upon how good your prompt is, most probably. And that is how basically these models are. These are some actionable like movements goes into the models. You do prompt something, it thinks, generates video according to whatever you want, and serves to you. you know and this is really important to understand certain situations, definitely. Like exploration stuff, like space explorations, like how these machines specifically that we have built will perform, let's say, on a moon, how it will perform it on a Mars, like how we are talking about, how Musk is talking about going to the Mars, which is will happen but not soon. It is a long shot. But like I said about uh, imagining those things, putting input in those models, and helping yourself to imagine those simulating situations, and now seeing it actually, it will just make it up really easier for now. In those kind of situation, there are a lot of things like people talk about how these models will definitely help in robotics, machine learning, feeding machines those movements. Like, still to this day, humanoid robots are one of the most difficult things to make. The reason why it is difficult things to make is the movements and the awareness, a lot of things involved in that. But even still to this day, if you can see those robots, there are so many instances that adjusting to the environment and generating the movements according to it, it's takes a really fucking, sorry using for that word, but it takes a really difficult, it is a really difficult thing to do. We have, even still to this day, with this technology we have right now, the the models that are helping it are not able to, you know up like not able to, still up to this. Like I said, like the models are not up to the, like even still to this day, with the help of these models, what we had up until now, we can only do this much amount of stuff with the robotics you are seeing on the internet. If you have seen any kind of videos, I will recommend the Chloe's video that she done last year, I will remember, with Boston Robotics, where she talked about and did some in-person in factory experiments with that robot, which is really good one. Okay, so there are a lot of like I said, simulation stuff, which these models will definitely be helpful, not for this big, like I said again, like ocean explorations, robotics, machine learning, and giving those power not just to companies but to us too. Those are some kind of an useful stuff this model can be used. A lot of stuff like simulating a lot of stuff that we can help, like heck, as a creator you can use it, in that way. If you have Sora right now, and as a creator you can just type the prompt and like see how your ideas can get in reality. Is it even, how it will look? And it is kind of a good way, like how we used to make sketches, how we make storyboards for our, that is how it works. How we basically pitch or animate stuff, before going it into live action stuff. A lot of things happens. This will just help you down in that lane if you are into it, as a creator. Now, like I said, there are a lot of useful stuff. Now, then, like I said, like why OpenAI, or even, why open, if, then the question arise, like, if Sora 2 or these video generation models or even AI image generation models are so good, then why we are making it in that way? Why we are making another TikTok feed of AI slop, I will say? Why we are making another video for platform which is specifically for AI, which is totally generated by AI? Why we need it? The only reason the OpenAI is going through this route of publicly announcing and making Sora 2 available for all people, or generating or making a specific app and doom scroll feed for you, is the reason why it's just to get your attention. Okay, that's the marketing they are going through. Because you see, if OpenAI announce Sora 2, and let's say this is the stuff you can do with Sora 2, and let's say they do announce Sora 2 and even Sora, and they say you can't use it, and they say you have to go through this insane steps to even use these models, and this is how it is going to work. If 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 they would have gone to that route, nobody even still to this day would care about those models, even AI generation, which should ideally, I feel like they should have gone through, but they are not going through, when especially when it comes to those models. Why they are not going through is simple. The reason they are not going through this specific route is because they need people's attention, and people's attention towards their company, because OpenAI, OpenAI wants those investments. Okay, the thing is, OpenAI is running on investments by administration backing them up, and a lot of investments. And you can also see now how they are turning a public profit company right now, uh, PBC. And from, even though they are saying that still they are still non-profit company, and how non-profit will still make the decisions, but you can just see from making a company for a for profit, you can just see how they are going in a route with a typical company route, where they go from public non-profit to public, because they see money opportunities there. And the harsh thing is, no one is going to invest in OpenAI if they are going to be a no for non-profit company. Okay, and that's the thing is, and now they are for profit, and a lot of rich companies, people, billionaires are going to get into this race of, again, like kind of an investments into something in future. But without going into that route again, that is why OpenAI is doing to get attention, because they are now a public company, for profit, and which is good for them to announce these kind of models and give it to public, rather than to specific amount of people. That's why Google is doing that too, and that's why OpenAI announced Horror 2 as kind of a TikTok formula, like I said. And we have talked about how TikTok formula is one of the best, I will say, revolutionizing for format, in terms of content and in terms of consuming content. How TikTok format rules. I have made even a Substack article about it, if I find it, this year only. How TikTok formula is one of the most greatest of video format that every other platforms on the internet have adopted it, from Twitter to YouTube Shorts to Instagram Reels to even, I will say, now Blue Sky has it too, you know, and Threads will have it too in sooner or later. Even Facebook has now Reels. Now Facebook has done the integration of Reels in the Facebook app too, because they now call it view Reels, not videos. Okay, and now in future definitely Threads will also have the Reels section. So you see, there are a lot of attention. You can just see how TikTok formula is one of the most best, and that's why Osora made it, like, sorry, that's why OpenAI specifically made a special app for it. Okay, and that's why when getting a lot of attention towards it, you know, it gets a lot of feedback, and it, like, they don't want it to be shoved into back into their own office, like no one is using these models, no one will know how good they are, and they just have gone wild and just release it to all people, and without taking, like I said, no precautions it. And we will talk about how unaware and how unintentionally intentionally they are, like, not taking precautions. And the precautions they are taking is just not just even not enough, but that is nowhere near that is going to stop the things that we all fear. So that's why OpenAI is basically making these public announcement and public events, like how Apple makes, how any other company makes, and making it kind of an doom scroll app for public. Because see, Google has insane amount of money from the last 20 years from ad revenue and being a monopoly, and they can just burn billions of dollars and still survive for next 10 years without making any kind of profit. But and even Microsoft, and even, like I said, Apple, and even, like I said, Samsung, like they are like $1 trillion companies, where OpenAI has just came into the game. And like I said, it was for profit before, and when it if non-profit before, and now they are converting it to for profit, obviously to run company, because this company OpenAI runs on it. Okay, it runs on the investments. And the thing is, OpenAI needs those investments to run, because the models that they are introducing, like I have always talked about, like OpenAI wants to be the what Apple is right now, what Google is right now in next 10 years, where it is established company, and where it is making profits, from the models they are creating and from the products that the next they are announcing with Johnny Ive, which, like I said again, this whole things add up to basically what OpenAI wants to do is basically to survive the next couple of years, because the investment will go down in couple of years. The reason why, because a lot of people are expecting, when it comes to investments, they need returns, and when they don't get returns, it is kind of an, like I said, uh, the investment will be pulled back, and there will no money to OpenAI to work as. So they are, like you can say, the work, like the subscription models that they have announced with these whole models, like, even though they talked about so much how these models that all people wants to use, how they want, all people want them, the all models to be used, they still have the subscription models. There is a reason why it is there. There is an enterprise model for companies, there is an API model. So basically, like what any other companies, OpenAI wants to survive it. But the chances of OpenAI surviving this is compared to low what Google and Apple has, because they are kind of an established company for 2 decades and 2 to 3 decades, especially for Apple, and they are a lot bigger than what OpenAI is right now. And I have even talked about how OpenAI, or even those whole AI bubble, will not just burst, but what will happen? Like I said, this whole, a lot of companies that are coming together in this AI race, only lot, not this lot, but only couple of companies will remain. Like if 100 companies are going to, new companies will come, only 10 to 15 are going to remain. It's just not because it is a long game. Like I always talked about, I think I have talked about it before, like when it comes to any kind of new technology, to any kind of extent, it is a long game. Still, when it comes to internet, when it comes to mobile industry, when it comes to your laptop industry, it is a long shot, 10-year and 20-year shot. And now no company, just like even still to this day, like I said, OpenAI will make profits in next couple of years. It's a long shot. That's why they are investing in a lot of stuff to keep investors investment. in and give them profits and give them what they are trying to do, like announcing every other. Like I said, ChatGPT 6 will be announced in next couple of months. Like, will it be revolutionary? No, because like I said, they are going with a classic company route where they announce something in next 6 months to keep investors uh, and companies kind of an, like I said, stock market. Like obviously OpenAI is not on the market right now, but it will come eventually. And like I said, how every other company works, to please their investors, basically to please their people who have invested in their company in terms of stocks, and to customers, basically ultimately to make those service not just affordable but also keep those services good. And that race is like what is happening right now in the OpenAI race, and that is what is happening right now with OpenAI, because they are one of those companies who will have a lot of more problems than any other company. So that's why they are working, and that's why they release this kind of that's why they are working on, like they are just trying to throw up things towards people, towards the community they have built, basically. Like like how there is a big deal when OpenAI announce some things, just like that. But what they are trying to do is just that, like they are just throwing ideas out there. How integrating ads in ChatGPT will, like they have talked about even integrating ads in ChatGPT too. They have that they will be talking about how chat in future monetizing these AI videos in their own feed. And they will also talk about like how Elon Musk did, like try to do lot of things. The blue check mark, trying to make like I said, X, like X, or like basically Twitter, uh, platform for videos too, which it is not easy to shift those because it is a long term plan. And when he was talking those all things, Elon Musk, the video player of the live feed was so horrible when compared to other competitors. So like I said, it's a long shot. Like I said, it is that is what OpenAI is doing right now, throwing out a lot of stuff. They will even try integrating ads in that Sora app. They will try to integrate the monetization, the creators, like the AI creators, they will talk about in that app. That is what I think Meta will be future too, where because they have also introduced something called Venta Vibes, which is AI generated videos totally from ground up, not in the realism in any of it. Sorry. So that is why basically OpenAI is doing a lot of stuff. Like next year when they launch their own product with Johnny AI, which is going to a big deal, like I said, because Johnny has done insane amount of work, which he has insane amount of track record with Apple, with doing and making that this iPhones. Then he did his. Then now he had his own company, and he was working with lot of big companies from Ferrari. You know, like companies like Ferrari, his companies was working on. So you can see it's a kind of a big deal what the next year the product is going to launch, because like I said, throwing money and throwing products, throwing ideas out there is what OpenAI is doing, and whatever lands and they can make profit over it and they can sustain it for next 10 years, that is going to be kind of an big step for OpenAI, not other companies. Like Apple is that, like I said, that's why Apple is not afraid to get early or even late into Apple is not afraid to get late into AI stuff, because like I said again, there is no significant stuff for in general public to look up to, like that. Okay, that is why I should buy or get the subscription for AI, at least for right now. So that is how it is working right now in the whole AI sphere, I will say AI bubble sphere, which is a long game for a lot of companies. And I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. That is the main reason why OpenAI made a special app, TikTok formula, that is short form content, where majority of the attention of the public is right now. and that just gets a lot of views. That's the only reason why they are doing it in this way. Okay, so, and we have talked about even before how TikTok formula is one of the best formula that I have ever created, that it has been ever created from last 10 years, in terms of content for content creators, and also content like in terms of content format. Talking about now for the app, whatever the things they have announced, there are some cameo kind of a thing they are calling. Basically, you can integrate yourself in any kind of situations. The videos they are available in the app specifically. They have also talked about in the basically keynote. They have also talked about the lightness of you. So you have your own lightness detection, and you can control your own likeness. Like I don't know how dumb they think we are specifically, I will say, or how uh, dumb the internet or even the audience they think OpenAI is, like when they talk about the likeness of it, all of it, and which if you don't know, it is not going to happen, and it is not happening. Okay, if you think your likeness will be not used in that app, it is far more, I will say, like I said, it is far more, if you are thinking your likeness won't be used, you are going to have big regrets trusting that company. Not just OpenAI, but any company, when they say they are not going to use your likeness, which again already happening. I think YouTube, I think I have seen more than 5 to 6 separate channels, not just videos, separate channels uploading videos of AI from Sora, which again, like I said, one of the thing, those videos are extremely real. Some of the videos are, and you can't tell a difference unless and until there is Sora AI, like I said, blue watermark, which is so. When I talked about the watermark at the start of the video, that watermark is so transparent that you can miss that watermark, and you can and they are working on it, they said, but damn, that is scary too. And a lot of the videos that I have been seeing from the Sora app, basically those videos are most probably the CCTV footage, where because the videos that Sora, especially the full HD one, you can definitely call that is AI. But the videos like CCTV cam footage from households footage, those kind of videos are specifically, those are videos are going to be low quality, and those videos seems extremely real. There is no, yeah, if the prompt is right, obviously. And those all channels, when I saw, I have screenshotted it, and I will link. I will not link down those channels definitely, but what I will do, I will put some of the images of those channels right now here. If you want to go and see how real those videos are, if you don't have access to Sora and you don't live in US and Canada for now, it will available, I think will be get in next couple of months in all over the world. But those videos, uh, and also when it comes to likeness, what they are talking about, how they will not be able to people will not be able to make videos of people who are public figures, which again I am skeptical, because the videos are already out there of especially streamers that I basically saw. A lot of streamers videos are getting out, and there is no stopping towards it. Your likeness will be definitely used, especially if you are a public figure, and there is no stopping towards that. Now, like I said, there is no strict actions regarding regarding how people, like, you approach in a way, in such a simple way, like making available these two kind of tools to everyone. There is no stopping, towards those AI videos, and which is going to be really scary, and lot of tools and protections needs to be there. Now when those videos are uploaded to YouTube, especially for those creators can make specifically like YouTube recently make a likeness. So if they want to take down those videos, they can. But yeah, you can find a lot of those videos on the internet. The creators even know, like they have reacted to those videos too, which is still to this day, those are funny videos, like I say, not kind of a big I will say a big issue for them right now. But when it comes to that meme, that SpongeBob meme where Patrick is sitting on a chair and that holding, I will display that meme here when I'm going to jail for not committing a crime, but they say they have seen the video, because you can't, like I said, like in the last episode too, and I'm saying right now too, that you can't trust anything right now on the internet. Even still, these videos feel so real that even people will not believe when I will say this is real. It is fake. Like people believe so much so on the internet there are things real, that there are dumb people, like I said, on the internet. There are paid people on the internet. The horrible examples. We will talk about those examples. I think in tomorrow's live on my other another channel. I will link down that channel in the description live, where we can have one-to-one talk in that in the you know uh, like I said, people will believe anything on the internet, and even if you tell don't believe anything on the internet, they will believe it, and there will be a big movement, hateful, toxic events happening on the internet. But like I said, educate yourself. Uh, if uh, if you think those videos, if you think anything is real on the internet, just assume anything is you are seeing, even this video, if it is possible. I don't think it is possible right now for Sora to generate 1 hour video, but in future it might. But one thing that as a creator you can do, and I will be doing that too, that even if I use AI generated image on this channel, or any other content I will be making, or even if I will use AI generated images or AI generated videos, which probably will not, because I don't know why, when and why will I use it or even upload it to my own channel, so there does not seem to be kind of an, I will say, when it comes to that, I will say, I will definitely say that this is made by AI or not, which is I think every creator should do. At least stay transparent with their audience and have a transparent conversation, because uh, I think it is safe to assume anything on the internet is not real. And I think there will be a point, I will say, that video evidences will not be enough to prove that you are innocent or not in future, which is happen. And I hope we have some tools and regulation, and we hope we give like setbacks to these kind of things that these companies announce, that give them strict warning regarding this, because like I said even before, that this can develop to a lot of horrible stuff, like I always said, in terms of social media, which there are existing problems which are still to this day not solved. But and after 10 years of people yelling to these companies, now they are trying to solve these problems, and I don't know when these problems will be solved, these new problems that are coming, because people needs to get educated when it comes to technology. And it is the way technology is moving fast, it is harder and harder day to not just train and educate people on basic things, but also educate administrations to see why this is an actual problem. So I hope people get it, what we are trying to say, and what uh, why this is an horrible way to go, and why this is such a wrong idea to first of all go into it. Okay, so for furthermore, for I will say my things, like people will watch no matter what when it comes to AI videos, you can't stop them. People will always believe uh, random stuff on the internet. Well, still today, even if there was not AI, people believe no matter what. People believe fake information, dude. So, like I said, fake information, even if it is labeled fake information, the people will double doubt the critical, or people even double doubt the information that is giving them is fake or not, that information. So there are a lot of aspects towards it. People will always watch it. What I will suggest you should do, and I will be doing in future too, is especially whenever is AI, if you don't want to see AI, just report those channels, especially on YouTube, especially on, like I said, if they at least if those channels are not mentioning that these videos are from AI generated, report them. I have been reporting them for quite a while. Report them if you are watching those videos on any kind of social media platform, and say that is AI generated, and set back some kind of boundaries for yourself, and educate people around you that whatever you see on, at least on the internet, that is kind of a not real, which helps yourself and your mental stability here. Because if you start to believe on what is on the internet, and if you start to argue on that kind of stuff, that is not going to end pretty well. So educating yourself in that regarding, and that even anything you, even if it is real, don't believe it is real, you know that is what I will say. And setting, like, for your own sanity, I will say, that is one thing you can do. uh, and like I said always before, like, this, there can be a lot of setbacks towards it, and OpenAI will retract it even in future, which I think highly impossible, seeing how adoption rate of these videos and how normal things are happening right now on the internet, when it comes to, yeah. And who wants to know the question of who this app is for and why this app exists, is, like I said again, they are just trying to throw stuff. And the thing is, people who, like I said in the start of now, like couple of minutes ago, that people will watch no matter what, whatever, like, doom scrolling is real. And when it comes to doom scrolling, people watch insane amount of stuff. And like I said, they forget a lot of stuff too, whatever they watch. But people need those kind of content when it comes to doom scrolling. And if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it, I think. Like I said, and a lot of people are saying that in future there will be a real, I will say, distinguish between people, like creators, like, let's say, like me, who says I will never use AI in my videos, or if I even use, I will say transparently that I have used. There will be creators who will be only making AI videos, and there will be audience to watch those kind of videos, and which is, again, like I said, I'm not against those creators. Let's say in future, AI creators, AI videos are made us totally up from the ground, which is, again, I'm not against it. Like I said, the major problem for me is some random dude using my likeness to make stuff that I haven't done even. And that is going to affect not just me, on the people on a regular basis, people who are not educated in it, and when they see themselves on the internet, they have those things they have not done. There will be no backing down to those videos, even if you report it. The number of times I have reported videos on the internet, something violation of their even terms and condition happening, there is no such, I will say, point in even reporting in those kind of videos. So a lot of things to reconsider. A lot just educating yourself is best way. And a lot of, in future, like I said, a lot of creators will be there, a lot of dividation will be there. People will also will not want to. Some people who absolutely don't want to watch hair stuff, that I can see why too. So a lot of layers are there too when it comes to those kind of stuff. we will obviously talk those kind of discussion. We will have a lot more kind of discussions, those kind of things, and the impact of AI videos in next couple of months, how the initial impact is going to be and how the long term impact is going to be. We will talk much about in depth regarding it in next couple of episode and next a lot of time, unless and until there are some significant changes and significant things they are doing or not. And the part of should you watch it or not, it's totally up to you. A lot of people on the internet, like I saw, where people are debating over you are like should not watch AI videos. I think you can watch whatever you want. Just keep in mind that those videos are not real. And there are some safety things that you can do definitely. What I'm doing right now is basically reporting videos that are extreme. First of all, making sure that not believing anything. Even the like I know some creators I follow are at least transparent, and then they will be making sure that they will mention that if they use or AI, not majorly they don't use AI, but I hope there is some kind of shift we can make as a creators. I hope we can make some kind of shift we can make as a audience too in when it comes to these AI videos, and just double down on stuff that is actually not good, that is harming people, you know. And yeah, I think that's it, you know. Yeah, I think that's it. I will say for Sora 2. We talked about a lot of things, how why OpenAI is doing that, what's the actual use case of these models, and why only OpenAI whenever there is an big uh, announcement from OpenAI, there is a lot of big commotion on the internet is because it is OpenAI, and it is, like I said, has formed a lot of audience fan following, where since GPT-1, and just like what Apple has, and what I will say is whatever they are saying right now, their likeness and the public figures, their videos will not be generated. It is already happening. So I'm not believing that, and no one is taking that crap, and no one is believing that. But we will talk about a lot of things like starting, uh, and the worst thing that they have done is that anyone can use it, and like I said, there will be a lot of impact to because of that, giving it to majority of the people, even teens in school that are right now, which high school that are right now, which is going to be bad for some people. But uh, we will talk about safety and what you can do in next episode about this. I talked about some basic in this episode too, and we will talk about some steps they are also taking in. We have got some updates before the episode I was going to shoot. I got some in the next episode. We will talk about that, which will come tomorrow on Monday, because the episode we skipped last couple 2 weeks ago, I'm covering it in this week most probably. So there are a lot of updates and stuff in this next episode from OpenAI regarding AI videos. Let's see. This obviously this discussion is going to be a long thing in years to come now. So there is no specific title for this topic we are discussing. It is like AI jobs, AI affecting job market, what is going to happen in the job market in next couple of years, and yeah. So the reason it is going to be a short one, but we have always and last couple of months, and we have been continuously talking about how AI, how it is going to be a disruptive in the market. And now companies are also not shy right now. Even Sam Altman a year ago was not even trying to make statement regarding it, and now he is making open statement regarding how it is going to be some jobs are definitely going to be gone, and which is a harsh truth basically, which yeah, and we are talking about it for a lot of time right now, how AI is going to take a lot of not just jobs, but how jobs will evolve eventually, because we don't know what kind of requirement is right out now. Okay, so there are, like, when it comes to software industry like IT sector, there are some clear cut things we can definitely see that obviously these jobs will be gone, like teams where company where there where in a company where one team was working on a one project where 10 people are working now, from 10 there will be 5 people will be working now in future. That's kind of productivity will be increasing, and not how the decreasing scale of teams will, that is how will basically, so basically what will happen is basically a lot of people basically working on stuff right now, those teams will get reduced. Like, let's say 10 people or 11 people are working on a project, let's say call on a website, let's say call on a specific app service for an let's say a business out there. For now you don't and will not be needing 10 and 11 people, you will be only needing 5 to 6 people, so the 50% of the people will not be needed. That's how I'm and a lot of people in the uh, who are studying these changes are reporting it, like in terms of productivity, that's how it will increase, and that's how jobs will get reduced over the years, at least in terms of IT sectors. But there are real problems out there, there are real jobs, there are other jobs from just IT and uh, from sitting in front of your computer. There are teaching jobs, there are teachers, there are doctors, there are lawyers, there are judges, uh, and there are what, labor jobs. I'm not talking about construction labor job, but there are physical labor like jobs like carpentry. There are physical jobs like what, electricians coming, and also construction. Like, those are different kind of jobs. There are assistants, there are what apart from like creative job like YouTube, like I'm not mentioning like these jobs that we are doing, that I am doing right now, but there are a lot of other jobs, that we need to know how AI is going to integrate in that, and how AI will be helping it, especially because with every technology there is some kind of like how PCs came to a lot of students, where laptops came to a lot of students in the classroom, a lot of productivity stuff happened, and definitely it helped a lot on boost in terms of education. Not cannot doubt about it too. Where how PCs got cheaper and cheaper to people in schools to use it, because my parents never got, like my mom did not got to use PC, but and it was not that easy to access too back in those days. Like internet, how it is gotten accessible right now. Yeah, so there are a lot of things, and OpenAI published 2 articles, blogs, couple of weeks ago. It's been 3 weeks since they published it. One is about, I will say, job market, their thoughts regarding how AI jobs will be there, AI jobs, and how AI will disrupt jobs or not. And they have talked about it, which is a really on a surface level blog, which lot of people have already talked. We have already talked about it, how obviously there are going to be certain jobs that are going out, and there are certain jobs that are going to get created, and that is just one of the most basic blogs you can find. Anyone can read that stuff. People interpreted that last year only. But there is again second blog that they published, which was again collaboration with Teachers Association in America, AMF, AMT, I think AMF or AMT, I don't know, but that association, and they have partnered with them, to teach, they have associated with them to teach, or educate teachers on AI and how to use AI, basically to educate and to teach students, basically, because AI is like, education, like, and teaching is one of those jobs where AI definitely can get integrated. We can see how AI can get integrated, but building tools on systems are one of the things to do. I will explain. So basically, what happens is when AI came, couple of years ago from GPT-1, when AI started going out and out and started to basically give idea of what it is going to be. But the core problem, or what, not just the core problem, but the problem with the any kind of technology is how it is going to get integrated in any kind of form, in any kind of job market. you know like the integration of AI in teaching is looks simple, but the application and the on ground application of it is real hard to this date. Not just that, because AI is still not up to that what we want, but the initial problem is just to teach the teachers that are working on, and how they can build systems around their work to teach children's basically what who are studying right now in school, and what will be happening in next couple of years, and what OpenAI is doing with the association with uh, the organization. They are trying to teach teachers all over America basically to learn some AI skills, how you can use AI skills to integrate in your work and help yourself to free up more your time to actually teach children, to make them much more easier for yourself. And that is what essentially what any kind of technology always does, is like free your workflow and make it easier, make it much more easier to work on something. That's what laptop does, that what Excel does for majority of the time. Like the amount of Google Docs has helped me, or Excel sheet has helped me, even on in a general sense. Just imagine it in a companies and at a student level at schools, on ground that people are using it, for years now. That is what I think the core of AI needs to do. Basically, build systems. The systems are already there, but what AI can do is still to this day kind of a mystery, or like I said, I will say like kind of an really uh still to this day what AI can actually do is a lot of people don't get what it can do. How you can integrate AI, how you can build systems with the AI. On surface level, like for us people, it seems that, oh, you can use this, you can this integrate in your life. But the thing is, on large scale of things, on larger scale, it is kind of a not that simple how we always look up to the world when it comes to AI and the integration of it in the any kind of business and any kind of job market or any kind of jobs. So that's why I the one thing realization of from the both of the articles basically is that there is no significant thing that is available right now. Like there is no single thing that is the best. Okay, you can use this, you can use that. Like this is what how you will use and how will help you, because the system needs to be created. AI is just a technology out there, just like how smartphones or PCs are like out there. But how you are going to use, how that technology you are going to carve that technology according to your job is going to be a difficult task and going to be a long task. And bringing it to words up into all over the world is going to be a next level task, which is even hard. To change system is harder than you think. And that is what I was feeling for not just the teaching job right now. Like they talked about the teacher association and how they talked about like train teachers to how they use AI skills is going to be a long period of time. Integrate those AI skills in their jobs is, and how they are going to increase it, because teachers does not have just teaching jobs, and they have other sometimes one of the most ridiculous things they have to do, apart from just teaching, and they don't get paid enough for that, and there are a lot of stuff there. So I hope AI gets helpful in those scenarios, and also same it when it comes to in hospitals, creating another new kind of system, helping hospitals tracking something, helping hospitals developing new tools with the AI, in terms like AI and machinery coming together. Like there are a lot of stuff where we don't know. Like I said, even OpenAI company, like whose sole purpose is to make AIs, like the whole company's motive is just AI and AI and AI and AGI that they talked about. And and when they talk about such big things, and they release things like TikTok, you know alternate of TikTok, AI feed of TikTok, like, what I'm trying to say here, is ultimately is we are trying different things with the AI right now, and whatever the fits the system wells will get integrated into the existing system, and whatever doesn't fits in the system will just get thrown out, and people will not use it and will not care that much about it. If the TikTok feed of OpenAI does not work, they will just abandon it next 1 or 2 years. You know what I'm trying to say? Just like how it happens in any other simple, like any other kind of company, like product doesn't work, they just trash it. iPhone SE or mini iPhones, no matter what, people like those phones, smaller phones. The actual use of it are really kind of an negligible. Like it is not even useful, to people. And that's what I think for coming years with the AI too. Like people will be looking forward to the product that OpenAI is going to release next year with Johnny Ive, which I'm insanely hyped about it. But if that doesn't work, they need to reintegrate it. There is nothing going to come good to make people or even announce that, and people are not going to use it. That's the whole purpose of whatever you're trying to do, like make people use it. you know so like that is what I'm trying to have, kind of, and like I said, some kind of thoughts in that kind of in that direction, in that way of direction, in terms of discussing AI and its actual integration. Like when we talked about how software engineers are going to be, like, then the answer was to that was AI agents, software AI agents. I'm like, okay, how it is actually going to integrate again, those kind of things, how AI is going to get integrated. YouTube, like, YouTube is also throwing a lot of stuff towards you, making integrating a lot of AI into content creation, making, giving tools like likeness detection, which is actually good, giving a lot of other tools which are regards in terms of AI. But some are good, some are bad, we talked about in last 2 episodes ago. But again, the bottom line here, what I'm trying to say, like the basic thing, the base, what I'm trying to say here is basically what the actual integration of AI, and what is going to be the actual use case of AI in any kind of form, like any kind of jobs, whatever and wherever you are doing is going to be the, it is not going to be simple. And just even to just find that integration is going to take couple of years, and it is going to be, even after finding like this is the system that is better, to integrate the system is going to be a long period, you know so like I said, like when it comes to AI, we are still trying to find the actual use case of it. Like if I like, what's the actual use case, AI use case for me? There are definitely, as a content creator, as a work, who I do daily, who I make daily videos on AI. I do a lot of stuff with AI. I ask a lot of basic questions. Basically, you are definitely right. But there are some reasons I definitely don't trust it. That's why I do write my own notes. You know, and what is the basic use AI for as a student right now? They can ask questions that they don't like. There is notebook LM by Gold, which is insanely good, which I always talked use, and how I would be happiest person if as a student if notebook LM was in my back in that time, which basically explains to you what it's in your textbook, in a good way. But there is a lot of it. But what is the use of AI in teachers right now? There are teachers are using AI to in a lot of ways, but what I'm trying to say is like the actual integration of it to actual, you know going to make kind of an, I will say, uh people going making people kind of an actual skillful in it. That is going to a different kind of industry, like in terms of in courses in industry, that is a different thing. Lot of stuff will be happening. Lot of people will ride into the wave of, like, how the wave of, how AI is being, how AI is teaching skills, uh, courses have been rising up for last 4 years and are peak right now, and that is what I think will be happening. And what is the actual use case of AI, let's say, for my mom? Like, where is the AI integration for her in her smartphone? Okay, then that's not an integration AI. That is just a feature that AI is tech as a tech has been used. What's a special product? We don't know, because there are so many things that companies are people are trying right now out there. But let's see. What, like, if you get what I'm trying to say with this whole second conversation right now I'm having with the AI and its integration in actual real jobs, let me know in the comment on what you think about it. What you think about this kind of direction of where AI is going, where every other technology has. Like, you never know, like 10, 15 years ago, basically, where YouTube was going to be. You definitely have some kind of ideas in your head, but the actual course of a platform or a tech is shifted by the people and the audience who are using that it is. That's why YouTube shifted in direction towards creators and consumers who love those creators watch in terms of consumption. And now YouTube has become integrated into TV. But for years, YouTube was kind of a majorly a app on your phone, and now people are making shows, videos, like I'm making my main, like a kind of a show type of file for tech people who are interested in, for majority of the people, you know so when, like, the direction where the platform goes at the start of it, or a tech, at the start of it, is kind of an really unknown, and sometimes it is scary. And right now we are in scary times, and pushing back towards the things are not good, which should be done by not just me, but you also people who are consuming it, and realizing the things that will be harmful. Same thing that should have been happened at the start of any kind of tech revolution. Same when it comes to mobile industry, when it comes smartphone industry, when it comes to social media industry, when Facebook got announced, when Instagram got announced, when messenger platform got announced, like not just Facebook Messenger, but any kind of messenger platform. Like, just because there is not a crime, not stuff that is seriously what is happening, that you don't think that's a serious crime that is happening, does not mean that is a safe, and that technology is safe. So I hope that we have a lot more vocal voice right now rather than what it was before, and we have much more power than what we had 15 years ago. We have a lot of platform, we have a lot of people in now. So I hope that people uses what the tools and follow your tools. You know I like that video of Hank Green when he talked about don't follow your dream tools, basically. Like, he talked about how there was, like, yeah, like 15 to 20 years ago, there was nothing something like called, like, I wanted to be a YouTuber, or they're like a editor for, like editing, like these jobs that YouTube has created specifically because of the platform were not. Yeah, so YouTube is a kind of a tool for you, that you can do. So I hope you understand that. And for though use these tools and how this AI tool that we have right now will be integrating in our life. Think of it in a that way, and if there are some repercussions which are happening right now, we have to talk back and report it. That's the thing that we can do right now and talk about it. So yeah, I let me know what you think about this whole conversation I had right now about tools and what AI will be actually be integrating and how it will be actually integrated. If you are a doctor, if let me know how AI actually can help your job. To boost or to like there are so many things in any job sector that AI can be integrated, but how, if you are a lawyer, how AI will be integrated in your, if you are, let's say, assistants or any other kind of stuff you do, managing stuff, producing stuff, you know yeah, because you never know how the integration is going to be in future. Look, yeah, I think that's it. I will for make a full stop to this conversation for right now. For now, we will talk about it later. If you have something kind of you want to talk about, let me know down in the comment section, and we will discuss it in deep. If you want to, definitely on my live stream, like if you comment down, we will discuss your comments. Don't comment threads on these comments in tomorrow's live. If you have interested in, that is what I actually wanted to, that's why that's the reason why I actually wanted to go for the live and to discuss it, what your thoughts with you on live feed, basically on daily basis. So I hope you understand it, and yeah, that's it, I think, for this week's episode of the TechGuy podcast, episode number 34. The new episode, 35th episode, most probably will be dropped on tomorrow night, on Sunday night, or on Monday, most probably, because the episode's topics are ready, but the notes are not. And this episode will be going out to today night only, so it will be getting on everyone on Saturday. So yeah, and there are some insane some really good topics, like like I said, about how newer jobs are going to be. Then people are talking about AI engineers and prompt engineers, and then I heard a new term from Anthropic that is called context engineering. Context engineering, which is again, like I said, interesting topic to discuss. Said in the next episode, that is on Sunday or not, we will talk about that context engineering in the next week Friday episode, that is episode number 36. So yeah, look for then look for the another episode that I'm going to launch, publish in next 2 days. Yeah, and if you are into watching live videos and want to have conversation with me on daily basis, subscribe to the Tech Guy channel that I will link down in this video's description. And if you are also please also go and subscribe to the Clips channel, where I upload clips and weekly AI news, the edited short form of weekly AI news. So even if you don't watch this whole big podcast, I personally edit all these podcasts into short 10 minutes, so you can get a glance of what is happening in the tech industry. And yeah, so that's it for this week's episode of the TechGuy podcast. There are a lot of interesting stuff happening in the tech. I will see you guys in the next episode. I think, yeah, that's it.